Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Paint Table. It's my weekly show where you see what I got done, what I'm working on, and what is coming up. So I got a special guest star this week. I got Nik, who's worked on Fury of the Deep with me, painting up the Fire Slayers from the box set, and is going to be working on another project with me for 40K coming up too. As we start the new year, new army, Your Hammer sort of like collections, where we try and build a whole bunch of small armies and play a bunch of different games, and just get more games in. Get more games faster over the course of the next 365. So let's take a look at what got done and what is coming up. So here's my contribution to the week. I painted up, so I'm trying to like sprint to the finish of my Custodes project before I finish anything else, because I literally know about myself. If I take my foot off the gas, the magpie in my brain will get excited about a different project, and then I won't ever like come back to that. So with the Rogue Trader project basically on hold until I can get the 5 Assault Marines to finish it, I went back to my Custodes box and I had 6 miniatures left to paint. So I got the first 3 of them done, and that was my 2 last Alorus Terminators. So I painted one as a captain, and so I had 2 more to add to my squad that I painted up. Same Liberator Gold, and then I did a Zenithal airbrush of Imperial Hobbies something metal, Krazarite something. Hard to say word metal. It's like a silver, basically. It's a silver base that you can tint with any color. And then washed with, well, I did all the base totes. This is Sanguine Base from P3 for the cloaks, blended up to Bugman's Glow. And then I think it's just Mephiston Red for all the red shoulder pads and the hair pennant there. And then washed with Agrex Gloss to give it that sweet like lining, basically. Did all the weapons and the piping and stuff like that with Iron Blaster. And then highlighted again with that same whatever, Imperial Hobby Silver, basically metallic color. And then when they were all done, I also did Trajan. It was very nice of Games Workshop to make me the Lord Captain Commander of the Oedipus Custodes. I think that's quite fine of them. And he was on the same way. So same color scheme. The feather there is done with Rhinox hide, I think. And then the bottom is blended up to Demonette Purple, and the top's blended up to Baneblade Brown to give it some variation. Really enjoyed painting the lion, actually. I don't know, weirdly, it was like the most satisfying part of the miniature for me. Painting faces and then painting, like, I don't know, eyes, I find strangely compelling and satisfying. So the lion pelt, I don't know, I really enjoyed doing it. It's got Morgar Brown as a base coat, washed with like non-gloss Agrax, and then blended up to Zamisi Desert or Xandri Dust, one of those two, and then a little bit of Screaming Skull mixed in, and the eyes done with like a bright yellow to make them pop. If you're gonna like taxidermy a lion, I figured you keep the eyes. I wasn't gonna like they're a big part of like the lion's personality.
I did that on my lions too.
Do you? Yeah.
I do like a white.
A white, yeah. I figured like I was gonna have it actually look like a face, but super happy with that. And the weapons are all done with Corvus Black as base tone, washed with null oil gloss, and then blended up through Thousand Suns Blue, and then a little bit of white in the end there. So super happy with him. Great miniature, very cool to have like the special character done. I'm probably gonna eventually pick up the duo because I want to paint some more Sisters of Silence for this army too. But I'm gonna finish my last 3 miniatures that I've got assembled and now airbrushed them this week, and that'll be it. And then my half, see half, not really half, of Fury of the Deep. I already had the Thralls painted, so the Thralls and Reavers done. So I painted up an Alapex and the new sweet Thrall Master. Same scheme as my previous stuff, so it is scale 75 black metal for all the metallics, and then Cantor Blue is such a good color. So it's a creamy, smooth metallic. I'm almost out of it. I need to order some more. It's really good. And then washed with null gloss. Then I picked out all the colors and stuff like that. So doing the skin tone, Bugman's Glow up to a fairly pale. Now remember, he's a Kellian, which means he's a dude who's got most of his soul, so he's not like, yeah, he's not anglerfish, like his skin hasn't gone see-through. And then his little like eel and stuff I painted up too. And then I painted up an Albex. I was saying I only painted 2 models out of this box set, and Nik painted significantly more of them, but this guy felt like painting 20 models. He is yeah, he's broken off his flank stand a bunch of times, but he was airbrush black, same Achelian color scheme. So scale 75 black metal. I airbrushed the gray on before. It was the only thing airbrushing I did for the shark skin, just to make it sort of like a little bit like transition-y, and I gave it some tiger striping on the top too. But basically the same color scheme as the rest of my riders and knights and stuff, and that's it. And then, so the lifting mostly went to Nick.
Well, both teams played hard.
Both teams played hard, but I feel like you played a little bit harder. So you painted up 21 models.
Yep.
And you had this for a D&D session, you said, so it was already done too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So what did you do for these guys?
Yeah, so we'll talk about the paint scheme. So these are the Auric Hearthguard, eh?
Yep.
So the skin is all Basilicum gray contrast paint.
It looks like you did like a Zenithal.
I did. I always start with the Zenithal Prime. I always start Prime Black with like either gray or the off peach or whatever.
Yep.
And
Wraithbone or
Wraithbone, that's the one. Yeah, sorry. And Basilicum gray for the skin with a little bit of highlighting pick there with just some Dawnstone.
Yep.
The Mohawks are Flesh Terror red and then wet blended into Griffhound orange with contrast paint.
I really like that.
So I lay down the base of just along the spine of red and then I blend it into the orange, which gives it like a nice transition.
That's sweet.
All of the metal is same scale 75 Viking gold.
I like Viking gold. All my
really nice,
all my Imperial
like,
Knights, my Imperial Knights trim is in Viking
great.
gold.
It's this nice warm red, and then I wash it with Graphite Sepia, Griffinite Sepia, whatever it is.
The sepia, like, it doesn't come in a, whatchamacallit, that doesn't come in a gloss, but you can put a drop.
I think it comes in a gloss now.
Does it now? Okay, I was going to say, you can put a drop of gloss varnish in it if you want to get that same effect.
I kind of like the dulled metal a little bit, though. It kind of pulls that back to the miniature. And the steel is thrashed metal still. Wash it. It gives it, like, this really interesting bronze color when you wash it. The fire is just Mephiston red, blended up into Troll Slayer orange with Fire Dragon Bright.
Fire Dragon Bright.
And then the bright yellow is, I think it's Evil Sun's yellow?
Evil
Sun's
yellow?
That's the bright yellow.
It's hard to remember. I would say Sunburst yellow, but that paint hasn't existed in like 20 years, or like 15 years or something like that, so.
And all the shields are Mephiston red, and then I just wash the whole thing basically with sepia.
Sweet. It's all got a nice warm glow, and then the bases you 3D printed, and they're like they're a cool sort of like hexagonal basalt base.
So when magma cools quickly, this is what happens.
Sweet.
This is a cool basalt pattern, and that's
we were just talking about using them for Necrons too, because they have kind of a Blackstone thing going on.
And it's just primed gray with 2 coats of Drakenhof Nightshade, and then same lava colors basically.
That's awesome. Sweet. Well, they look great, and you painted up Orc Hearthguard, Orc Berserkers, Hearthguard Berserkers, and then Volkite Berserkers, along with the new priest. Or he's not a priest. What is he called? He
is called the Auric Flamekeeper.
Auric Flamekeeper. Sweet. Yeah, because he's basically your banner, but his banner is a huge axe that's on fire. Sweet. So you're going to see these guys in action coming up. We're going to be doing the Fury of the Deep like 3-mission scenario as the Fire Slayers defend their hold against the evil fish folk. All right, and here's those last 3 miniatures I was talking about. I airbrushed all of my my bikes. So Untitled Chapter bikes, I actually also started the metallics on this guy, just with some iron or some lead belcher rather. So it's the same thing. It's what's it called? Liberator Gold, and then a little Zenithal spray of the Cyrenax something metallic. I can't remember the name of it. Imperial Hobbies metallic. There's only one metallic because you tint it, so you don't have to worry about looking for it. Whatever the metallic base is, that's what I'm airbrushing onto these. And I gotta tell you, this is like just the size too much for me to batch paint. I decided I was gonna paint these 2 guys separately, and I started on this guy because I can also use him as a captain on Don Eagle Jet bike, and so my plan is to get him done, try out the captain, and then muster the will to paint the last 2 models, and then I can take a break on my Custodes and, you know, play some games. I have an interesting idea. I'm thinking about using bolt rifle arms from Intercessors to make myself the Forge World Custodian Guard with the heavy bolt rifles, the bolt calibers. The bolt calibers. No, there's Sagittarium Guard, I think.
Yes, that's the
Sagittarium Guard. Because I have, the only models I have unpainted left, I have 5 Custodian, like, just guards in box. And I've already got 3 troop choices painted for them. So it's either I'm going to make a full shield squad so I can use the shield, the shield stratagem, where I can ignore, like, an AP and, like, have a super 2+ save, or I'm going to paint them up as like a different, like, convert a Forge World unit basically of them. So there we go, only 5 models painted by me this week, but 21 painted by Nik, so currently he is in the lead. But I did get, I almost finished these projects. I am very self-conscious of the fact that I will get distracted by new exciting things that I'm excited about if I don't finish them off. So I'm glad the Custodes are almost done, and I'm going to power through these Dawn Eagle jet bikes, hopefully before next Saturday on our next On the Paint table. So yeah, I'm super pumped for this idea that I had this year. I think it was actually kicked off by painting that Road Trader project where I was like, I'm just gonna paint 40 models and fill this case and tie a bow on it and be done. And there's this old White Dwarf article that people are constantly referring to online. It's called Stillmania. It's a 1-page White Dwarf article talking about making an army, making it to one sort of level, and then just being done with it and moving on to the next project. And it kind of echoed into my head as I finished that Road Trader project. And creativity loves boundaries to work inside of. That would be a fun thing to do this year. And then, as you saw today, I reviewed the Chapter Proof 2022 book, and that kind of gave me the inspiration of, well, here's this point level that doesn't get played very much. I have all these projects I want to start. Why am I grinding these huge projects out for sort of not a lot of personal satisfaction when I could do more smaller projects in the year and diversify my play experience and have fun. So that's my goal. That's my touchdown for 2022. Keep playing more games, more different armies, build the smaller point sizes, and you guys get to come along. So if you enjoyed that, we'll see you for more On the Paint table next week to see what I got done. Next time on MASH. Have a good day. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that video. There are tons of other games already recorded for you to watch. Click over to my channel page if you haven't already, and have a look through the dozens of playlists full of videos. I guarantee you'll discover a game you haven't seen played before. I put out new videos 7 days a week, and every day is themed to a different genre as I continue to explore the wider world of gaming. Of course, none of that's possible without you, the viewer, so click a like and subscribe if you'd like to stay on top of what's happening here daily. My 2 kids and I are massively grateful to be able to have the flexibility of this job so I can always maximize my time with them. If you want to support me continue to put out this content, it's only possible because of my amazing backers on Patreon who support the studio, equipment, and model cost, as well as being how I make the bulk of my living. You can also help out by buying a t-shirt through Spreadshirt, a measuring gauge or widget from Death Ray Designs, or buying one of my games and supplements like Last Days, Gamma Wolves, and Blaster. As a way of showing my appreciation, patrons get early access to new games and supplements that I write throughout the course of the year. Huge thanks for watching, it really does help out, and happy gaming.